Hello everybody and welcome back to my studio here at Pentracoid. If you can hear that cry in the distance, it's the sheep. They've just been sheared, which means no sleep for me tonight because they seem to congregate under my window for some unknown reason. Through lockdown I've tried various techniques and different card making techniques and made mobiles and this, that and the other. But one of the things I have done, which I've really enjoyed, is looking at monoprinting. And for the monoprinting, I have used a jelly plate, which I've made. Oh, the little thing that's just slipped off, it would, wouldn't it? Here we are, just get my finger under that again. You see, it's just literally like a slab of jelly. No sugar in it, so don't eat it. And it's made from glycerine and gelatin. And it's just, it's a simple process, but you have to be careful not to whisk it too much because you get bubbles in it. And also you have to watch for the lumps. You will see that there's some bubbles around the edge, but I have a set of instructions here, which I will leave some copies at the gallery for those of you who'd like to have a look. And it is quite simple to do. You just have to be a little patient. And if you have a tray, I was just lucky to have this old baking tray, which seemed to fit the quantity quite well. This is the second one. The first one I made, I was a little bit rough with it and it tore. So all you need to do is tear it into even more pieces, put it in a pint jug, melt it down again and pour it back into your tray, and your jelly plate is renewed. So unlike the ones you buy, which are quite expensive, you can keep reusing this over and over. So that's the good thing about it. You'll need, I won't go into what you need for it because they're all in the, it's all in the recipe itself. For printing, I've used various things, various types of paper. I have used Chinese paper, different weights of Juan paper, but I've also tried out some things like tissue paper, this gold tissue paper, and this is a fairly reasonable weight printing paper, and I bought that at Jackson's. I just move this to the left, and I bought that at Jackson's, and it's Strathmore printing paper. It's about £16 for 15 sheets, so it's not, it's not too expensive. But what I would suggest is, if you're going to have a go, is to cut them up into little squares, or little rectangles, and you get 4 out of a sheet, so you're not wasting a full sheet each time. So you could extend it into quite a number of sheets. That was one of the original first, I think, prints I did. Now there's no real Chinese brush marking in that. It was just I liked the colours, and it was the first go, and I thought, oh, this looks exciting. So you can get some great effects. If I take you over here, of course, I must say before I leave this section is that Anthony will in time allow us to have some demonstrations in the gallery on Saturdays, and I will be delighted to come in and do those, and you're all very welcome. Of course, with COVID, you may have to book ahead, and yes, you may have to book ahead, and numbers may be limited, but hopefully we're getting closer to a little more bubbling. As I say to my friends, we have an aero bubble. We have loads and loads of bubbles in the aero. So here are the originals that I did. This is about 10 inches in diameter, and this is just a snowy sort of scene. Snow moon, I called it on the cards, and it was quite successful, and it might become my Christmas card. Again, just using the techniques on the board or the jelly plate, and then applying some Chinese brush techniques to that. So I'll just have a series of them here, and I'll just flick through them. That one has not been printed up yet, and these are all just loosely attached to this circle. That's a sort of eveningy, night, chilly, cold evening with a yellowy moon and some twigs and branches, and I thought that was reasonably successful. Very much in the style of monoprinting in black and white, but just that touch of yellow. Again, here's another one. I've used some templates to leave out the white areas, but brush marking to, it's got an empty circle there. It's got some stencils, and then leaving the white areas, and then I've gone through with the brush marking techniques of the Chinese brush to give some nice leaves and some branches and so on. So a mixture of techniques. Oh, that one's good. Let's move that out of the way. And here we have another one, which I wasn't very successful, wasn't very pleased with it. It became a bit overcooked, really. I used too much pen on it, and that just didn't work. It wasn't the same. This one has worked quite well. It's only a little fellow. And then this is another one with an eveningy, chilly sort of wintry evening with bugs in it. If you're getting the creeps now, sorry about that, but if you make your own or draw your own bugs, you'll get to love them, I'm sure. So let me go on to the next one. And here we are. This one was quite successful. This is called Golden Bugs, with a nice golden moon. And the technique for this one was so easy. It's really, you know, a case of suck it and see, and see how it comes out. And this one was just reasonably successful in terms of its variation in tones. And then little bugs and some brush painting then for the twigs and the legs and so on the little bugs. I don't think there are. Oh yes, there's another one. Yes, oh, this one is called Blue Moon. Again, just printed on the jelly plate with lots of colour and then worked into. And they're quite effective. And you have to allow it to dry before you work into it. But like, if you're like anything like me, you break all the rules and do what you like and see what happens. And if it doesn't work, scrap it. So moving over to the right, here are some of the cards I've had printed up. These are just the initial cards in that they've all been altered since, because the colour wasn't true on some of them, and the circle was a little large, so I've adjusted a lot of that, and I've since added 3 more cards, so there's a nice variety, all of which will be available at the gallery in time. He plugs away. So, you know, you might enjoy having a look at those, sending somebody a card. But I am going to do a little box set of them as well, a smaller size, and hopefully we will be able to move forward with demonstrations and getting back together again, because as much as I'm sure you miss doing things, I really miss teaching and enjoying the interaction with everyone. So for now I'll say good luck, and I'll have another video coming up soon, because I'm going to do a series of cards on wild swimmers. So good luck to you all, and thank you.